Careful. All right, everybody. This show is Edu. Stands for Edu. Enter. Not to be taken as financial advice. I'm not your financial. I do the education, and I'm not your financial advisor. I don't know your personal financial situation. So you gotta do your own research. This is just one way of looking at investment through charts, technical analysis. Technical? Hey, actually, we should say something else here. We looked at your report card yesterday because we're done school. Everything was proficient. That means you're really good and you've got a firm grasp of everything. Except for one thing was extended. We got 7 seconds to tell them.
I'm not telling them, I'm doing it after.
Okay,
Sure.
put it in the chat. Intro time.
Welcome to social media room. Callie Lou, Africa Lou, 8 at 8, and aim at search right now.
You're pretty good at that. All right. Today we're talking about Saleforce. It's ticker symbol right over my shoulder, CRM. I love that combination, right? Customer relationship management, Salesforce. I love it. I don't know why I like it so much, but it's part of the S&P. Also, it's part of the sector, specifically information technology, which does most of the rallying for most of the stocks. If you're an investor, you are coming to their investor relations page. This is it. It looks pretty simple. It looks nice and friendly. You can see sales, service, marketing, all that kind of stuff. A little different than most, but essentially you're looking at all these, the presentations, quarterly filings, earnings, and if you just want to read it, that's what you're doing. And most people just attend their webcast so you can actually see the CEO or the CFO talk about their company. But you came here for the charts. Let's get to it. Oh, let's get to it. There you go. If you are a buy and hold investor with Salesforce, you love this company, you think it's going to go to the moon, well, it has had a very big drop. The highs were 311, I love that, 311, all the way down to, let's say, 150. And let's see what this is right here. So December, January, December, all those things moved below the moving average. Sellers took control, and also people started dumping the stock. But look at this, what we would call a monthly doji star, almost. Look at that, almost a star. That means the market is undecided which way it's going to go. It's got a wick off the top, wick off the bottom, big middle chunk, but there are trading opportunities as it's bouncing back and forth here. So let's take a look at swing opportunities because there's going to be a plenty. If you are a swing trader, you're looking for momentum to the upside, downside, and we're just zooming in. It's obviously been to the downside, but we have had some great swings. And I don't know why I don't trade this more often, but let's see if we had a buying opportunity or a selling opportunity here. And it looks like we have another selling opportunity coming up quick. Look at this. It's in the middle, so you're not going to have a chance to go all the way to the top of the Bollinger Band or the bottom. It is pretty much hanging around the middle. So you can't expect it to be out to the outsides, maybe just barely out here. So this is your opportunity to buy. That's your dip buy. And then, obviously, since it's hanging around in the middle, you don't have a crazy opportunity to buy on the outskirts as it is just reaching the top. So it's probably going to channel back and forth. These bands are going to get narrower and narrower and narrow as it goes. Bounce, bing, bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong. And right now, it is narrowing, and obviously, it's to the downside. So, with that said, Catalina is going nuts over there. I don't even know what to really say. I'm going to say that the market can either go up, down, or sideways. And I think Salesforce is one of those companies that is going to go sideways for a bit unless we get some news. So let's do that. Let's take a look at what can move Salesforce. And while we're doing that, I'm getting fanned. I love it. Thank you very much for this wonderful fan that we got going on here. So earnings calls. You can see my hand right there. They met May 31st. The next time they're going to meet August 23rd. They beat expectations just barely, but they're expecting a little more growth up in August.
You want some air? Here's
That's good. And for financial calendar, let's see what's going to move the markets today. We got 95 earnings. That's a lot. 51, 6 IPOs, and 78 economic events. Out of those economic events, let's see which ones. Oh, Jay Powell and those guys are meeting today. Not the Fed, but I think they're at Congress answering some questions about the economy. So I think they were listening to that earlier this morning, but let's take a look here in the U.S. Mortgage rates are being talked about in the States. And obviously the GDP, that's what they're meeting about. GDP, price consumer index as well. I believe GDP, PCE. I think it stands for price consumer, not index. Price consumer expenditures? I have to look that up. I don't know. So yes, but some wonderful reports. I think this is what they're talking about at Congress with Jay Powell and a bunch of other people. The Dallas Fed is also reporting today, and that's late tonight. So this is the bulk of today, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time that they're meeting. So yeah, they're just kind of getting started on some of this stuff right now. But in the news, I wanted to show you some of the headlines that are happening. Why is Saleforce surged today? This was back in early January. Everything was kind of doing a rally. But I would say this is their biggest news. Saleforce and Slack. Slack I've used for different organizations, even in the film industry. A lot of those people use Slack. And these guys are coming together. It makes the company stronger on that good news. Also, just last week, or last 2 weeks, we've had this downfall again. I would say this is like the bounce down. And also, things are kind of rallying. How are they doing compared to the rest of them? So, with that said, let's just go to the intraday, because we know we are just bouncing around in the middle, and that is reflected in this wonderful chart for intraday. So we're going to take a little bit of the lows, we're going to take the highs, we're just going to drop it like that. As you can see, it is hanging around the bottom range as it's done this wonderful up and back down. So it's good to look left where I'm covering it right now, and you can see some great levels, right? The 78% retracement line is hanging around 171. I think that's a really kind of cool level to look at, because our VWAP is going to be coming up to that again. As it dipped down, it's gone up, and I think it'll average out in the middle. So let's take a look. She's a little crazy. So right now it's at VWAP. It's doing nothing. We're coming around lunchtime in New York. But I would say we're going to hit this top end. So if you are going to trade this today, careful, darling. Careful. I would say 172.50 was yesterday's kind of ceiling and resistance. So if we do markets rally, I think we're going to get up to 72.50. And if we decide to dump, for sure you're going to hit this 70 or 168. So that is like a $4, $3 spread. All right. So you got to really watch the market. Right now it has that range. I would say it's a $3 range that you're having today. If you can pick the tops, you can pick the bottoms, you're going to do really, really well. So, but right now it's just diddling in the middle, and no one knows where it's going to go. So I would say you got to watch the markets, and it will move with the markets, but it's going to be in a tight range today. I would say in that top end 172.50, and then at the bottom range 168. All right. With that said, we got 10 seconds, and now we're going to bring Catalina up here, who has been chomping at the bit for some entertainment here.
I like doing some entertainment.
You got your levels for today. Happy trading.
Okay, so now it's I'll tell you what was best one.
Oh, you're going to tell them now. Let's remind them. So we got Catalina's report card, and she was proficient in everything except for one.
That is
math. Yes, she was extending in math. Her math skills are quite fast and exceptional and accurate. Why do you think she's good at math? I guess so. And I would have to say me and number blocks have been helping you out a bit, right? right? But you know, it's good exposure. I think that's where I really recognize that you had a good eye for
How
math.
many people are watching?
I don't know. Let's find out. I don't think any right now.
Zero.
It's too early.
And one more people.
Oh, good sister. She made a messy today eating some bread on the carpet. So her job was to what? Vacuum, right? Here you go. You want to come up here?
Yeah.
Elevator up.
And this will go towards school.
No touch. Summer break. Right? Doesn't mean that Catalina's just gonna do nothing right here. Get her reading levels up to extending as well. Because her math is so good, we're gonna try to get her reading as well. All right. Okay, everybody. Korean hearts. Peace out.